Aloha, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Warrior Women Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm joined today with an incredible guest who I actually recently found out about from another podcast that I was on and had listened to on Tide Talks. So give that a listen if you get a chance. So Kelsey Mayne, she is an amazing country artist. I'm so excited that I got to listen to some of her music. I covered some of her songs already, which is amazing. So if you're on my Instagram, you've seen it and you've heard it. So Kelsey Mayne, she is a badass Canadian country artist, which the reason I'm mentioning that is because I didn't even know they existed. I'm sure that they did, but it wasn't something that I thought about. So, and you were also an extremely accomplished athlete as well. You were a sprint hurdler, and I find that also fascinating because I'm an athlete, and it's just amazing to find another musician who just loves sports and is competitive. And I think we actually have quite a lot in common. So I'm excited for today. And yeah, without further ado, Kelsey Mayne.
Hello. How are you?
Good. Yeah. Thank you so much for making the time. You just got back from Nashville too, right?
Yeah. I just go back and forth all the time. People are like, "Where do you live?" I'm like, out of a suitcase. That's
Yep. Gypsy
wherever
living.
I need to be at that moment. Yes.
Absolutely. And how was that? Were you doing gigs every night, or what was that like for you?
This last trip, so I was there earlier this month for a few days. I played CMA Fest. I made my CMA Fest debut.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was so cool. And my Grand Ole Opry radio debut as well on
Oh, wow.
WM. So that was really cool. And then I had to fly back out like the next day and play in Calgary in Canada. And then I just went back for another week. I had just some meetings and some recording and stuff. So it was
Gotcha.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, because your recent singles, which again, I love them. So for the record, that's the one that I covered that I just love. And I also love that you're in my range. I'm an alto as well. So
the low singing women. Yeah,
yep.
for sure.
It's hard, man. Everybody's these sopranos, and I'm like, down here.
Yeah, exactly. No, I when I first started writing, I would write way too high for my voice, and like all these crazy songs and stuff, and I'm like, why do I make it so hard on myself? So I learned to tone it down and write for my voice, which it took a while to get there, but I think I know how to do it now. So
yeah, I mean, you've been doing it for a long time too. And also it's not just for the record, but it's Time Machine, which that was recent too, right? I saw that come up on Spotify and I was like, oh, play. And now of course I know that one too. So we've got Time Machine, Can't Sleep, For the Record, and Someone Who Knows. And you've got press releases out too. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on. But I just want to and you have one coming up too, right? So you're Out of the Blue, which is releasing July 3rd.
Yes. I'm putting all of them on an album with the title track Out of the Blue, and I'm really excited for that one too. So I'm sitting on so many songs right now, so it's like I've heard them over and over again, but they're new to everyone else, and it's cool to see the reactions.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part. Yeah.
Well, especially you spend so much time doing it too. Like I've only ever gone into a recording studio once, and that was with my friend. She wrote a song and she had me on it, kind of more of like a local vibe. So I'm out there. There's one song out there.
That's great. What's it called?
Honey. So it's called Honey by Kolo and Nang. And yeah, I'm just singing and playing the harmonica on it. And it's, like I said, it's the first time that I'm out in the world.
That's great. Well, you don't want to hear my first one, so it's
I'm sure I do, and I'm sure it's great. But let's talk about it. So how did you even get started with this all? Like I knew you're an athlete then, but like what did you start out with? And then was this your main thing? See what I did there? Was this your main thing, or it was kind of a side thing and then it became your main thing?
I mean, I always wanted to. I would fantasize about, I would watch like award shows and people performing on like CMAs and the ACMs and stuff and the Grammys, and I'd be like, oh man, like that would be so cool to do that one day. And and then, but I always felt like it was a fantasy, like it was a pipe dream. And then when I was in nursing school, I did that I was like, okay, like I I love to help people and I love the sciences. So I'm like, you know what, this is great for me.
Yeah.
And I was in it and I took a part-time job to pay for my education at a country bar, and it was like a Coyote Ugly kind of bar. They had dancers that would go up and serve and dance on the bar and then jump back down. And I auditioned. It was just opening up and they were looking for dancers, and I did my dance audition. And they were like, kind of like, I don't have like
I
formal
was gonna ask.
training.
Yeah.
Like I Highland danced when I was growing up, so
Oh,
that's like very
okay.
different. But
Okay.
it wasn't quite what they were looking for. So
I don't know,
I
jumping
was,
around the swords, jumping around the beers and shot glasses, it can really come in handy.
but I was leaving the audition, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't know if you're looking for this, but uh, I can sing too. And then they said, well, do you know Redneck Woman? And I was, of course,
Good song.
I started singing that, and then I just saw their faces change. And then they're like, yeah, we'll give you a call next week.
Mm.
And so they called me next week, and yeah, it was, they told me I got the job, but they made a house singer position for me. And
Nice.
then well, I kind of became like part of their tourist attraction. Like people
Yeah.
would, because I'm from Windsor, Ontario,
Mm-hmm.
and that's right across from Detroit. So
Yep.
a lot of people from Detroit would come on over because the drinking age, the legal age in Canada is 19. So we would get a lot of people from the States that would come, and they'd want some place cool to go to. And so that they heard about this country bar, and they have the dancers and the singers and stuff. So I kind of became like a local attraction. And then they opened up like a second branch in London, Ontario after that. And so it kind of, it was just like, it became the thing.
Yeah.
And then I did that for 3 years until I graduated. And then once I graduated, I was like, trying to figure out what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So then I was thinking about, I wasn't quite ready to go like be a nurse for the rest of my life. I just felt like I needed to like try music a little bit and see what that was like. And then, but what really gave me the courage to do it was the patrons that came in. And then they were like, you should really consider doing this.
Yeah.
And so that, having the strangers, like your friends and family will tell you that
Right.
you're good, but but when it was the strangers that had no obligation to come up to
Right.
you and tell you. So I literally had like people chase me down like a few nights in a row, and they said the same thing, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I can't ignore it anymore. So and then here I am.
That's awesome. So did you ever go back to nursing at all, or no, that was like you just went from there?
I did keep I still have my license valid. You have to just practice in some capacity. So I practice in like more an administrative role.
Yeah.
And during COVID, I started a company with 3 other people, and we helped to service the film and television industry. It was like my two worlds colliding. Like I moved to Toronto
Yeah.
to act and to sing, and then when COVID hit and I couldn't really sing anymore, my entertainment side and my nursing side collided, and I was able to keep afloat that way. So
Yeah.
it was a weird time, but tried to do what I could to. I felt like I'm like, you know what, I have a nursing degree and I might as well put it to use. I felt guilty for not using
Yeah.
it. So yeah, so we did whatever we could.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've listened to other podcasts that you've been on, obviously in preparation for this too, and there's so many out there, which is awesome. And I heard on one of them, you're like, yeah, just say yes, which is awesome. I'm sure it's still like, I had to go through is she your PR person? Who's Brooke to you?
Yeah.
Is it PR?
Yes.
I don't know if she's got more titles than that, but she's
Yeah.
very, very kind to set this up. And thank you also for responding on Instagram. Not many do that. And, don't go flooding her DMs either, people. Like I just tagged her, and she was kind enough to write something very kind back. So that was awesome. But yeah, for this podcast, like I said, it is about, you are an entrepreneur. First of all, you're an entrepreneur now that I just found out more through your nursing and your your
Yeah.
music, your acting, everything. So I do want to hear a little bit more about that. But you are an entrepreneur as a singer-songwriter because you're constantly putting your work out there, trying to sell your work to those who will listen, that want to listen. And again, I didn't even know or hear about you until that podcast, which is insane because again, I listen to country music, the Ella
Yeah.
Train and everything else, and Lainey Wilson, I love her too, and Luke
Yeah.
Combs and everybody. But yeah, I was very happy that I heard that, and then I started listening to you and following you because you're pretty awesome. So appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's like the coolest thing where and I've been getting that more and more lately cuz like, you know, when like Ella's like pretty recent to a lot of people, but like
Yeah,
she's been doing this for 10
long
years
time.
too. So it's funny that like you'll always be new to somebody
Right.
and just to hear people. I've gotten that a few times where it's like, I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed to admit, but I just found out about you now, and but I'm a new fan, and so
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite things to hear, so thank you.
It's a big place, man. It's a big world, and it's
It
that
is.
just
And being a little independent artist, like it's hard to make some noise and cut through everything else and the big machines that are running everything, so, and telling you what you should listen to and stuff.
yep.
So it's cool that you discovered my music out of everything, you know.
You can thank the Irish hurling for that.
Yes.
That's the only reason I ended up talking to Tig about that because he was asking me about the hurling team that I've been trying to build here. But just going back to building, right? So building, becoming an artist. Well, you've always been an artist, right? But
Yeah.
getting your music out there, writing, like, how did you even start that? Because there's a lot to it. I have original songs, but I still don't know which copyright company to choose or like
Yeah.
what's the best thing to do. And like I've tried to ask people and all these things, but these are the things I think that's very important for other musicians out there to understand. Even if they've been doing it their whole lives, it's like, okay, but we haven't taken that next step. So how did you
Yeah.
learn how to take those next steps yourself?
I, it's kind of like I've always been, if you want to do something and you don't know how to do it, then you figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
so and there's still things that I'm still continuing to learn. Like I am in the process of making vinyls for the
Ooh,
first time.
cool.
And I'm like, I was just on the phone today with a friend. I'm like, how do the royalties work? Like
Yeah.
just like figuring all of that stuff out, and the copyrights and stuff, like you have to learn so much as an independent musician. You have to learn like not only how to write the songs, but how to the business side on how to put it out, and then
Yeah.
how to register them in all the different places. And yeah, there's a lot of rules, and you don't really, you learn it bit by bit, and it's just a lot of just doing what you're doing, just asking questions. And
Yeah.
um, sometimes you don't always, and that's also weeding through. Sometimes people tell you the wrong thing, and then
Yeah.
it's sometimes yeah, you gotta, it's trial and error a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning, like even with and things are always evolving. So for instance, I'm also discovering now, I thought I had everything lined up and a plan for my next releases and stuff, and
Sure.
even for this album that's coming out. um I was
Out
like,
of the
okay,
blue.
well this song, yes, out of the blue, um on July 3rd. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put a focus, because you're able, this is why people release singles ahead of time before they release a whole album, because what I learned with my first album is like you spend all this time, and then once you get ready to release it, you can only you can only pitch one of those songs to the curators before it releases. So
Huh.
you release it, all these songs together, and then you only get maybe one of those songs you have to pick for everyone to like focus on and to hear. And then
Jeez.
the rest kind of go to die. Like that's what it feels like. And it's
Yeah.
like all this time and effort and money, and like, yeah, and you can only focus on one at a time. So that's why you'll see people releasing singles ahead of time.
Yeah.
Now, and that's what I did with this current album. But there were some other songs on the album that I felt like, I'm like, you know what, this one I don't think got as much attention as I feel like it deserved. And now that I've built up a little bit momentum, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pitch this previous one as my focus track. But what I learned is you can't do that. You can only
Mm.
pitch new songs that you haven't released. So, which is Out of the Blue, which is still a great choice. I love that song, and I think it's perfect for summertime and everything. So, um, I everything works out the way it should, I feel like. But yeah, and then so now I'm like looking at things differently on like what I'm gonna record next and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's always evolving. You're always learning. Yep.
So all those songs that you'd released as singles, they're going to be in this album. That's what you're saying? Out of the
Yeah.
Blue one? Okay,
Yes.
got it. Like, so, because you can do that. Like, you can release all those singles and then group them. And then it's like, here's the album, which is also nice
Mhm.
because it's like a little teaser. It's like, oh, still there. Like, you can just keep adding to it. And then
Yeah.
Out of the Blue, you said is a song itself too.
Yes.
Is
Yes.
that's releasing as well on July 3rd.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, how did I miss that? Okay, no, we're good.
Oh yes. No, you're good.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, and it's kind of cool that because you'll hear like people like the major labels will be like, oh, it's this album when it dropped, it made, it's platinum like on day one or whatever. But it's because of the sales and
Yeah.
things leading up to it. So it didn't all happen that day.
Mhm.
It But that's just when it is kind of announced, because that's when the album drops. But
Yeah.
so I can say that this album, before it's released, has 1.3 million streams, global streams, before it's released. So that's really cool.
That's very awesome. And then you work with a team now, obviously, like we talked about Brooke, and then on your other songs and other podcasts, I've heard you talk about you've been in been in cahoots. You've
Yeah.
been in a writer's room, right? Like with, or just not a writer's room, but a write, as you call it, with other
Mhm.
people.
Yeah.
You try to
Yeah.
keep it, I think you said like 2 to 3 or something, but 4 can be a lot, or I don't know. But that's
Yeah.
my point is though, is like, so did you start out that way also trying to collaborate with people, or was it just you? Again, I know you said the country bar, but how did, again, from the beginning to kind of where you are
Mhm.
now, just a little bit of how you got to where you are.
Good question. So when I moved to Toronto and I was like, I want to pursue music,
Yeah.
and I just started meeting other people in the music industry, and I was also asking them like, what should I do to get started? And then I had someone that said, if you're going to take this seriously, you're going to have to learn an instrument, and you're going to have to start writing your own songs.
Hmm.
And so I started learning guitar at 21 after I graduated. And then and I started writing my first songs then. So and my first couple ones I did by myself, but I've always been someone that I love like teamwork. I love collaborating. Even if
Yeah.
I'm doing the heavy lifting, I just always feel like two brains are better than one. And also, like, at the time, like, I wasn't great at guitar, so I was like, I don't know what chords are going to work together or whatever. So it was nice to work with, people whose strengths were my weaknesses too. So and then and then I started going down to Nashville, and then same thing there, just kind of meeting people anywhere you could, and
Yeah.
asking if they want to work with you, and then just developing those relationships, and yeah, just trial
Were
and
you
error.
were you still working at the country bar at that time? Like, how long were you working there, and kind of how, if you don't mind me asking, like, how are you able to afford to go down to Nashville, and like, because that,
Yeah.
right, it costs money to get there, and then also where you're
Mhm.
going to stay, and then
Yeah.
just trying to make a name for yourself, and even like putting money into the recording studio, which is not cheap at all unless you have a friend, which, good if you
Nope.
have a friend.
No, I funded everything myself. So I would work at bars and restaurants and make money that way.
Yeah.
Save up. That's what I did. So, and like, and then also I also had really awesome friends who lent me, like I had a friend of a friend who he had just bought a house just
Mm.
outside of Nashville. And I was like,
Oh, nice.
uh,
Very convenient.
he offered for me to stay there when he found it out that I was taking trips down. And I was like, I will take you up on that offer only if we can make an arrangement. Like
Yeah.
this was a vacation home for him. So he was like, so he wasn't there, and I was like, I will take care of your property while you're away. He had contractors coming in and out, and
Yeah.
he hired a designer for the home too. And then so I would coordinate with her when different furniture was being shipped, and I'd inspect it and
Yeah.
I'd put it together. The amount of lamps that I put together for that.
This is what this podcast is really about, people. We're getting down to the lamps.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That should be another song of yours, getting down to the lamps.
Hey, what I learned though, it's if you want to make it a place feng shui, lighting is key.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, and then so that helped a lot. Like just having, I didn't have to pay for rent for a couple months while I was staying there.
Yeah.
So, just like there's a lot of people. I feel like when you're in the arts, um, people who appreciate the arts, they will help out where they can. I feel like
Yeah.
there are those awesome, very generous people who are more well off than us artists, and so sometimes they'll step in. So I've been very very lucky to have those people believe in me and what I'm doing.
I'm in my cousin's house in Hawaii in a similar situation. So,
Yeah, yeah.
because I'm a martial artist, and that's a company that's been trying to build my Tasco Fit martial arts and fitness. And, service industry stuff is never easy, but it's always rewarding, I think. And it's just, word of mouth, getting to know people, especially if you're in a new place. Like, yeah, you can talk to your blue in the face, but they have to really get to know you to give you a chance a lot of time, or at least especially in Hawaii here. So 5 years
Mm.
in, and people are starting to get there a little bit. So
Wow.
I totally get that. And people, yeah, without them, it would be really hard.
Yeah. I find like in Nashville, especially, I feel like it's such a community down there that um there've been people that have offered their place while they're gone when I'm not even needing a place sometimes.
Yeah.
They're very very generous down there. I think it's just the community and environment that is there, that's just so supportive of music.
Yeah. Here too, for sure. Like, it's actually quite funny. I didn't realize how many people in Hawaii loved country music. I was like, oh,
Mm.
I don't know why I didn't think of that as a thing. I mean, there's plenty of country around. Like I said, maybe I was telling Brooke, but I just helped up with a kids camp for horses today. So that was pretty awesome with someone that I'd interviewed prior, Tyneski Quintel. I have to redo her podcast because the audio just ended up terrible. I was still learning.
Oh
um,
no.
but it was so great, and it was nice to be able to just be up there and do that. There
Mhm.
was a point to that today, but I don't remember. But Hawaii and country music. So yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
have to come out here, Miss Kelsey
I would
Mayne.
love to. Oh my goodness. That has been on my bucket list for sure. There's actually a writer's retreat
Mhm.
um that is there like another island like right off of it, or
There's a
like
few. So there's Oahu, which I'm on, which is where Honolulu and all that is. There's also Big Island, also like Hawaii Island. There's Maui, there's Kauai, and I know I'm missing one. Don't hate on me, people on the podcast. There's Molokai. Um, I think I said Kauai already. Big Island, Kauai, Maui.
I think it's Kauai.
Yeah, it's smaller
Yeah.
island, rural, really nice. I've never been to it yet, but yeah, tiny.
Yeah, I think there's a writer's retreat that is there that
Or Lanai too is
someone
there.
was mentioning. So as soon as after I heard that, I'm like, I'm in. So
Yeah. And they have the
yeah.
Blaisdell here too. So I know they have a lot of artists that go there, and that, I saw Fluffy there recently, which was awesome. I don't know if you know him, but the comedian. So
Oh,
Gabriel Iglesias. So he was super good. And he did like a fan discount thing or fan appreciation discount. So I was like, yeah. So
That's
But yeah, it'd be great to see you there, and it'd be great to see you here anyway. And when you come through, definitely just reach out and be happy to see you and just support you.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, let's do it.
So let's talk about events that you have coming up as well.
hmm
What are you most excited for? And just, yeah.
Man, I have well, my album release party in 2 days, which is it's also my birthday. So
Oh,
I
really?
figured, yeah, I figured I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna throw myself a party
Heck
and
yeah.
have my album release on the same day. And I mean, it's like no, I can't think of a better way to spend it than like with your band, with my band, and with like all my music friends and stuff. So
Yeah. And
um
that's on June 25th.
June
Yeah.
25th. Yeah.
And
And then,
that's your birthday?
yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Happy other birthday.
Thank you. Thank
No
you.
problem.
And then, just a few days after that, I have to fly out to Calgary for the Calgary Stampede.
That's right.
Uh,
I did hear all about that. You've been there a
yeah.
couple of times already, right?
Yeah. This will be my fourth time going back.
Yeah.
And, it is, I think it's like, so basically Alberta, which is where Calgary is. So
Yeah.
it's our province or state. You can picture it that way. Um, that's like our Texas. And
Yeah.
so it's like, that's where all the country people are. And then during the Calgary Stampede, it's just that on steroids. Like everyone is in country mode.
Yeah.
And it's the world's largest rodeo, like the world,
Yeah.
and bigger than outdoor rodeo. I will
Yes.
preface that. So but it's bigger than anything in Texas for an outdoor rodeo. So
Ooh,
it's
fighting words. No. I'm kidding.
yeah, no, it is. It is. So it's really cool, and like they get people from the all over this planet
Yeah,
to
wasn't Shaq there one time?
compete. Probably,
Like
but we
DJing or
all,
something, I heard.
oh yeah, at that sounds right. Like there's five different massive stages, and then all different genres. Like Don Tolliver was like last year, he like shut the place down. There was
Yeah.
so many people that came out for him. And yeah, and then so it's not just country, but everyone is wearing a cowboy hat. So
Country and Western.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I tried to YouTube that after Tig was telling me about that on the
Mhm.
podcast, and I was like, all right, let's see what he's talking about. And then I was like, oh my God, how have I
Yeah.
never heard of this either? It's just like you cross the border and Americans,
Yeah, it's insane. And then it's also 10 days long. So
yeah, that's the cool thing too.
yeah, and then I'm performing in some capacity on all sorts of different stages every single day, multiple times a day. So I'm like 2 to 4 times a day I'm playing during that time. So I have like I think I counted like 30 sets or something like that in 10 days.
Crap.
So
How do you
yeah.
prevent like fatigue and in your voice and just in your energy?
Well,
You can be
we shall
honest.
see. We shall see. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But you've done it before, right? Like this is not your first
Yeah,
out. Just not your first
yeah,
outdoor rodeo.
but this year I'm playing more than I ever have. So, which is cool. Like I love that people are finding out about me and they hear that I'm there, so they want me into all these different places. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't performed that much. I bought a little humidifier thing
Yeah.
to I've everyone has, all singers have them, and I didn't. So and it's very dry out there. So I'm a little
Yeah.
nervous. I'm gonna try to just like really take my downtime seriously and like try to just do the minimum.
Yeah.
And sleep as much as I can, I think, and we'll see how it goes. Drink and stay hydrated. So yeah.
Water, guys. Water, guys. Just saying.
Water.
No,
Water. Yeah.
no, fuck it. It's a party. I mean, it's hard too, but I don't know about anybody else. But I cannot sing when I drink like alcohol, like, or I cannot sing well. That's for sure. So I mean, other people can do it, like, but I'm just like, mm, I've got a lot of musicians in my family too, and it's just like so talented. And then little drink comes through, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, do you know how to play that instrument? Like, it's like, so, it's definitely hard, but
But they think they're better.
oh my God, they do. I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's not listen to the people that are sober or more sober than you at that time. My God. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I learned that like I get so my brain gets so foggy the next day that like even after like two. So I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna be fairly professional and then wait until like my last day there to let loose a thing. So
Yeah. So you have the Calgary Stampede coming, and that's coming. You're doing like 3 days too. I think it was like second, third, and fourth, or maybe third, fourth, and fifth. I gotta double check.
yeah, the third, fourth, and fifth is where I'm playing the big Nashville North stage.
Yeah.
And then I'm playing more like private stages after that. So yeah.
Nice.
And then
And
we're
then
running it over to Banff, Alberta as well in the middle of that too, which is like our our Hawaii. Like it's like
yeah,
our most beautiful place on earth, like in Canada. So yeah.
it looks amazing. The one place that I've always kind of looked into for Canada was Lake Louise. Like that's something that I
Mhm.
really would like to see. And then again to learn that Alberta and Calgary were, you know, right there. I was like, oh, again, more things I didn't know, not because I'm ignorant, but I'm ignorant of those topics and places and geography. But yeah, Canada has some amazing, amazing places, which is why they do so much filming up there too. So
Mhm. Yeah.
I know they filmed a lot of Smallville there too. So big Smallville fan.
So you're you
Um,
and my sister.
yep, it was a good time in life to see that show. So now you have a team with that's what we were kind of talking about before, right? So who
Hmm.
does your team consist of? So you have PR with Brooke. Do you have a
Yep.
manager as well, like separately, or is it just you?
So I have a girlfriend who, a few girlfriends actually, that they were like, we want to we want to do something in the music industry. Like they're just super passionate. And I asked, so actually the manager that I have here in Canada, she is a friend I worked with during COVID. She was on our team, in the company that we were running,
Yeah.
and we brought her on, and she was just so good. Like she was just one of those figure it out girls. Like
Yeah.
if she didn't know something, she would get it done and
Yep.
find a way to get it done. And those are the people that you want on your team. But I asked her one day, I'm like, what do you want to do? Like, I want to do whatever I can to help you accomplish your goals. And then she was like, well, it's my dream to actually live and tour on a bus with musicians. And I was like, A, first of all, who wants to do that?
You're right.
And B, I think I can make that happen. Like,
Yeah.
so I've just been kind of like delegating and offloading things to her and
Yeah.
trying to see if she likes it, if she wants to get her feet wet and kind of like get her start in the industry and a little taste of my kind of day-to-day stuff. So it's been great to have someone else that I can rely on, that, and it's a learning curve for anyone, I think, but
Yep.
especially like she doesn't play any instruments or anything. So when she's talking like music gear and stuff, and it's like she'll have a lot of questions, and I'm like, it's okay to ask, like
Yeah.
it's fine. And anyway, so yeah, that's been great. And then I have two other girlfriends that I met in Nashville that same thing. Like one's a nurse and she's just so passionate about the music industry. And so I've been trying to, so CMA Fest, I was like, can you get this printed? And can you like just
Oh, there you go. Delegating. Yeah.
sending them to do stuff for me while I was still in Canada, so that as soon as I landed, because I landed on June 2nd and I had to play on the 4th, but then I had like interviews and stuff like all until
Yeah.
I had to play, and then I had to fly out. So they, man, I don't know what I would do without them. But then I don't know. I'm still my own agent. I'm still managing everything. I oversee everything still. and I'm my own label.
Yeah.
So it's like it's about as small and independent as you can get. So yeah.
Yeah. And all the songs are your originals. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like it's not that I have to write all my own songs. It's like I can only just sing the ones that I connect with.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've had other people send me some songs too, but I haven't been able to connect with them
Yeah.
as well as I have with my own. So, yeah.
Well, it's far more personal, and then you can really think about just all those little nuances that you were discussing in the other podcasts of writing, right? And just
Mhm.
like, oh, what's gonna go well with that, but still talk about the story. And although it's a same old story, I guess, for a lot of people, because a lot of your songs, I'm like, oh, yep, been there or close to there. I love that line of like, I wasn't looking to fall in love, you know? It's like, oh,
Yeah. I
then they
didn't
get
ask for
you.
this. I didn't want to fall in love. Yeah, that was for my song For the Record. Yeah.
And like I said, Time Machine just came out too, and I do love that one. So
A lot of them is just like how I feel,
yeah,
get it off my chest. It's my own therapy. I went through a hell of a time the last couple of years with some relationships and stuff, and it was like an broken engagement, and then it
yeah,
fell to something else like almost immediately, and it was I didn't want it, and then
yeah,
it just happened, and anyways, and then getting your heart broken again is like, okay, before 2024, I didn't experience true heartbreak yet. And so I
mm,
was I was writing like I knew what I was talking about. And then
yeah,
now it's okay, I know what I'm talking about. I
yeah.
can definitely write that song for you. It's
And you don't know until you know, and then you know. You
Yes.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I feel like it's just like, honestly, ever since that, even like my fun, happy party drinking songs are better. And it's
Yeah,
like, I just feel like there's Casey Musgraves has a song called Deeper Well. And I'm
mm,
like, oh, I get that. Like, I feel like there's just a deeper well that I'm drawing from that I don't know. It's like kind of activated something else inside that I didn't know was there before.
well, knowledge and experience is power, right? Power, and it
Yeah.
just gives you that depth. And I was going to say unfortunately, but it's, it's those lessons that are learned, and you hope people don't have to go through those really really hard lessons, and some don't, at least in that way, but usually there's always a balance in life of some
Hmm.
sort. So it's just kind of, I guess, when it happens, what it is, and you do your best to try to prevent certain things from happening. And but you also try to keep your heart open too, which I will commend you for that, because it's like, well, I wasn't looking, but you know what, this I gave it a try, and that's I think important. And it's funny that in one of your episodes that you're on podcast, like you were saying, you're an all or nothing person. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, right there with you.
Yeah.
Like it's weird, even in the smallest sense. It's like you'll either do it or you're not. And like I said, it could be something around the household, and then you're like, no, no, I just gotta do it. So I definitely appreciate that. And like I said, it's hard. People always tend to close themselves off too after a certain time of that, but it's like you got to get back into the battle, or well, maybe not a battle, but it is, right?
Life is a battle.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and I think like for example, like with my engagement and thing, like when that all fell apart and I called it off and I moved out and stuff, and my cousin was just telling me yesterday, she was like, or 2 days ago, she was like, I can't, like, I still commend you on being so strong. And it was like, okay, I'm like, what were my options? My options were like, I was planning our wedding and then I found out he was cheating the entire time for 10 years. I'm like, my option is not to continue planning this wedding. My
Yeah. Number one.
like I didn't really have an option. I'm just like, no, I'm out.
Yeah.
And then like the person that I thought I knew was gone. So that was also part of it too. So I'm
Like
like, I
referring to the person that you were with or yourself.
to my ex, like
Mm.
like the person that I was in love with wasn't the person that I thought they were. all along.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, now and then I literally like didn't feel anything for them after
Yeah.
that.
So easy.
So yeah. And so it's like when she was commending me on being so strong, she was like, I just hope like if my daughters ever have that situation that they like are as strong as you were. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like like, I know there were some moments um, where I did have to, put my big girl pants on, but at the same time, it was like, you are put through these situations and you just got to go through them because like
Yeah.
you don't have any other choice really. So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And it's also like, I think it's more, or like you said, it's like, well, it wasn't the same person. So it wasn't even about that. I think it's more about the direction in which you were going with your life. So it's that. And it's just like, but for you also, it's not like you stopped your life. So you
Hmm.
just continued and refocused, right, on more of what you were doing, I think, if that's right
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah.
which,
And it was actually very liberating because I was like, for the first time, because I made a lot of compromises in my life to accommodate him and
yeah,
to, like anytime I would mention, people are telling me I need to move to Nashville because like if I really want to take this seriously. And then he was like, nope, I'm not moving. And it was like zero discussion, no thought. It was like immediately, it was
and
like,
now
no.
now we know why. Like,
Yeah, yeah. But now it's like the very first thing after I left, I'm like, well, I'm moving to Nashville. Like it was like I finally get to live my life for once on like and not worry about anybody else and live for myself. And that was very liberating. And
yeah.
yeah. So I highly recommend.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend.
But yeah. But I
um
mean, I
yeah,
think like let me rephrase that. I
sure.
recommend if there are I love and
Yeah.
I feel like that is such an important thing to have in your life and to have healthy relationships. Um and when you're with the right person and like then accommodating them and making those compromises, absolutely. Like you need to do that to make things work. But if they're not the right person,
Bye,
do
Felicia.
you. Do you. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, yeah, and that's the important thing too. And it's interesting, right? Because I was raised by a village personally. I've talked about this a lot, but my grandparents were a big part of that. And I had such a special bond with my grandma, my
Mm.
dad's mom. And like she's in those pictures back there.
Oh.
But yeah, she just passed away just in 2022. Um,
Mm.
and that was talk about heartbreak. But you know what? I got to be there with her. And
Yeah.
that saved a lot of heartbreak too, because you know what? I had that moment and I like, I needed that. So, but my point is it's like seeing how they loved each other, my grandparents, and just how much even beyond when my grandpa had passed away, how much she still
Mm.
loved him and
Yeah.
like you can tell their love together. And then just how much she loved me, and
Yeah.
like it's funny because obviously it's a different sort of love, right, between that, but it's like to know how you should be loved unconditionally is very important that I don't think people always get to understand. And that's
Hmm.
why I'm still single today is because, is because I felt that. I felt that from my best friends, like Stephanie Tavares, she's over in New Jersey, so we don't get to talk, but she opened like a lot of things up for me in a way of just how I would think, because maybe I would be a little more judgmental before or be like, what? You can't do that. But she comes from a European Portuguese family. So so
Yeah.
anyway, so just again being accepted, being loved, being supported is a
Hmm.
very big thing. And again, it's not like they're just supporting you, right? Or hopefully not. Hopefully you can we remember to also give back into their lives in some
Hmm.
capacity that matters. And I think that when I or whoever, when you find that person in your life romantically, you hope that
Hmm.
they can add in that way as well, and then have the fun part there too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, my mom says she and like my parents are also a wonderful model for a beautiful relationship.
Yeah.
And she just always said, you need to be with someone who makes you want to be better and enhances your life, and pushes you and encourages you to be the best version of yourself. And so that's what I'm aiming for too. But also on to add to my 2024, like this was like 3 weeks after I left my ex of 10 years, and my grandmother passed away, and that was
Sure.
unexpected, and it was like, and we had that very strong bond too. And it was like one blow after another. It was like, oh gosh. But
Yeah.
I feel like she I learned a lot. I feel like that's where I was finally like strong, because that really broke me. But uh I feel like her last gift. So the very next day, so she passed away, and the very next day I had to open for Russell Dickerson. And so I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to that performance for months.
Yeah.
And then that all happened leading up to it. And then I also had just released a wedding song.
Oh
So
no.
I was like, I have to sing this damn song. I have to, because I just released it,
Yeah.
and I don't want to sing it,
Yeah.
obviously. But then when my grandmother passed away, and then I had to play it the next day, I just reframed it in my brain, and I'm like, you know what? Um, this song is now about her,
Yeah.
and I dedicated it to her, and I felt like, I'm like, you know what? I think this was her last gift to me, was that I didn't have to sing this about my ex. I got to dedicate it to her. And
Yeah.
so that's what got me through it. But yeah, I was just like, okay, world,
Yeah.
what else you got? Like,
Eat careful what you wish for, but
but yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah. They say it comes in threes. So but
yeah.
what was your grandma's name?
Louise.
Louise. Oh,
Yeah,
I just talked about Lake Louise. So oh well, thank you so much for sharing that. I love the grandparent stories.
they're so special, man. Like, and then and I loved getting to witness their love, like, for each other.
Yeah.
That's I think I don't know if that still exists, but I'm still holding out for hope that that still exists.
Yeah.
So
Me
for
too,
the both
girl.
of
Me
us.
too. Well, it's like it's crazy though. I mean, because this stuff it's both that kind of love and what you experience. I don't know what you want to call it, but betrayal. But you'd been talking about how much you loved Motown, and now it makes
Yes.
sense too because I was like, oh my god, I mean, who doesn't? But also, it's just like there's so much soul in it. Like even when it's like Jackson 5, like that was when I really really loved Michael there too. But and just
Yeah.
the Temptations, like My Girl was always the
Mm.
song we would sing in the car together, like with me and my grandparents, and it'd be like My Girl,
Yeah.
and she always called me her girl too. But anyway, so when you
Mm.
mentioned that, I was like, oh, yes, it's a kindred spirit already. So
Yeah.
but they would sing about that type of stuff. I mean, of course we came to learn that a lot of those artists also weren't faithful around that time, but you know what, yeah, at least hope that the songs inspired other people to be faithful and to enjoy that love too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Kelsey, for other just to kind of bring it back and to kind of finish off again, I could stay talking to you, but I know you're a very busy woman. You're prepping for your birthday, your releases, and for Calgary Stampede, so we got to save your voice a little bit. But what would you recommend to those out there who are aspiring artists, or more so those like who have songs that they've written and just want to get them out there? Like what would be your advice to them and how to just get it done?
I think it is focusing on, it's one step at a time. You can't do everything at once, and realizing that you are only human. I think that is step one. And then after that, just chip away, man. Like, if you need something recorded, reach out to a producer or learn it on your own. Like
Yeah.
I that's one thing that I try to do as much as I can is the person that you can always depend on at the end of the day is yourself. And so if you want to get something done, a lot of times you have to do it yourself. And if you can't, if you don't, if you're not able to do it, then just reaching out to friends and seeing if they can help. That's how I started.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's amazing advice. Thank you so much. And good luck to the team that you are building, because that's part of the love that I was talking about, right? And the collaboration and also just building that strength, and especially from like a team of women is pretty cool. That's why I have this podcast too. It's like just trying to shine a light on those female entrepreneurs out there and just, really appreciate what's happening. Not to discard or take away anything from the men that are doing it, because I'm sure that'll be another podcast that I do at some stage, just entrepreneurs in general. But I just
Mhm.
really wanted to focus on those who don't always get focused on, or who you might not realize are out there doing their thing and, fighting the good fight. And I'll tell you one thing, women know how to persevere and how to fight, and because we've been doing it for a long time. So don't fuck with us.
That's
But
well, that's
Kelsey, yeah, go
that.
ahead.
Sorry, that's one of my also favorite questions. Is like people will ask me, how is it being a woman in country music, and I'm like, I don't know any different. Like
Right.
I've never had anything handed to me, so why should I expect anything different now?
Yeah.
So just gotta keep your head down and grind away.
Kelsey, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate your time, your energy, and just giving us more of your story and the breakdown of kind of just how you came to be who you are and what you're doing. And you're still going. So we look forward to seeing what you're going to come out with. And those who are watching or listening or reading, whatever, in the description, I'm going to put all the links to her press releases and everything. And I think I'm going to try to do my best to have this out by either Monday or Tuesday of next week, so that people will know that it's coming out. So, and then I'll be leaving actually Monday for the mainland. So back to Jersey for a
Woo!
little bit and then New York.
Wow.
So,
Okay. Well,
yep.
safe travels.
Thank you. It's a busy week. But thank you, Kelsey. And we'll see you next time. Aloha.